One thing, few questions I have. I want to randomly ask you. Do you remember the formula for simple interest? PTR percentage. Amount formula for simple interest? P into 1 plus TR percentage. What is the amount formula for compound interest? P into 1 plus I the whole power n. Then compound interest is how much? P into 1 plus I the whole power n minus 1. This is what, people? Effective rate of interest. 1 plus I the whole power n minus 1 is effective rate of interest. Future value of annuity regular. What is the formula? A by I into 1 plus I the whole power n minus 1. Then, people, if you want to ask what is annuity due, you will multiply it with 1 plus I. That is there. Then present value of annuity regular. There is a formula. That is A by I into 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus I the whole power n. If it is annuity due, into 1 plus I. Then you will use which method? GT method. You will not use this formula and all until and unless GT button is there in your calculator. Then, people, what is the formula for present value of perpetuity? A by I. What if it is based on growth? A divided by I minus G. Then CAGR. I taught you with an option trick. What is that? 1 plus option raised to Tn minus T0 is equal to Vn by V0. What is this option, people? That is nothing but CAGR. Okay, this will only be studied. Then depreciation. That will become 1 minus I the whole power n. That's all right. Nothing more, nothing less. If that much is not, we can score all the marks from chapter number 4. Okay. Then, what is for grouped data, what was the formula for finding median? Grouped data. Median. Lower class boundary plus n by 2 minus cumulative frequency of the previous class divided by frequency of the median class into C. Yes, please. Then, what if it is quartile? It will become IN by 4. What if it is decile? It will become IN by 10. What if it is percentile? IN by 100. Okay, yes. In between, I'll just brainstorm these things. Okay. Yes, please. Now we will start off, people, with our next chapter, that is correlation and regression, one of the simplest chapter. Very easy to score marks chapter, but I know many people would have never studied this. I know this because name itself, regression, sir. Yes. Now, correlation. First of all, correlation means how x and y are related. Okay, how two variables x and y are related. We are not going to check whether can I find the value of x when y value is given. That is not something we are going to do here. We are going to just check whether x and y are related or not. Look at this. Now, Tom is there. Tom is trying to impress her. Okay, she is also there. He wants to marry her. First of all, he is trying to impress her. People, he is singing, right? With a rose in his mouth, he is singing. Yes. Let x be over here. X variable represent him singing. Okay, Tom is singing for her. X is the variable where Tom is singing for her. And let y be the variable, be her interest. Whether she is interested or not, let y be that variable. Now, people, he started singing. He started singing a lot. X started increasing. Okay. If x started increasing and y also started increasing, her interest also goes up. That type of correlation is called as positive correlation. Okay. Yeah, one variable increase, other variable increase. That type of correlation is called as what? Positive correlation. People, if one variable decrease and, or I will do this thing itself. Tom started singing and he started singing like me. Okay, he started singing a lot. Then her interest goes down. One variable increase, other variable decrease. What type of correlation? Negative correlation. Now, people, what if his singing decreases? They got married. Okay, they got married. Till then, His singing decreases. That means his effort decreases. His interest also decreases. Okay. That type of correlation is what? Positive correlation. Basically, if both the variables are in the same direction, positive correlation. If they are in the opposite direction, this negative correlation. Based on that, I want to take you to one of the first question. Look at this question, people. Correlation coefficient between x and y will be negative when x and y are decreasing, x is increasing, y is decreasing. Opposite direction is important. Very, very important. People, price and demand is an example of what correlation? People, price increases. Demand, what happens to demand? Decreases. One direction is going this way, another direction is coming down this way. That means opposite direction. What type of correlation? Negative correlation. Next one, people, we are going to discuss correlation coefficient. I hope you got the base. What is correlation? How x and y are related. We will not find the value of x and we will not find the value of y in correlation. We will only find the value of one thing over here. That is called as correlation coefficient. The maximum value of correlation coefficient is +1 and the minimum value is -1. Always remember, R value is used to represent correlation coefficient. It will be always in between -1 and +1. People, if it is +1, it is called as perfect positive. What is it? Perfect positive. If it is -1, it is called as perfect negative correlation. Make a note of it. So what are the things? If it is +1, capital, not capital, +1, it is called as perfect positive. And if it is -1, it is called as perfect negative. People, I want to ask you a question. Tom started singing. Okay. She is not there. Imagine that she is not there. He wants to make her come outside the room. I mean, now in the room in the sense, she should open the door and come outside. He started singing. Yes, just like Vijay in one movie, not Vijay, Surya in one movie, right? Yes, he started singing. Yes. Now, she is not interested, but he is interested. What is the case? X increases. Is there any any difference in y? No difference in y. If x increases or decreases, if there is any difference or not change in y, that is called as no correlation. Understood? If x changes, y is not at all affected. That type of correlation is no correlation. What will happen when no correlation happens is correlation coefficient will be equal to 0. What are the things? Perfect positive, perfect negative, no correlation. Perfect positive is when r is equal to +1. Perfect negative when r is equal to -1. Then people, when r is equal to 0, what happens? No correlation. These are the things you should know. Then there are some values of r that also you should keep in your mind. Low degree correlation. R will be in between -0.25 and 0 or 0 and 0.25. When it is 0 and 0.25, it is low degree positive. When it is -0.25 and 0, it is low degree negative. Then moderate degree correlation. That is between 0.25 and 0.75. It is called as moderate degree positive. Then -0.75 and -0.25, moderate degree negative. Finally, 0.75 and 1, it is high degree positive, and -1 and -0.75, high degree negative. But more important for us is what? -1, +1 and 0. That is very important for us. Now people, spurious correlation. It is a P by Q. Spurious correlation means they will appear to look related. Okay, x and y variable, they looks like they are related, but they are not actually related, or there is no causal relationship in between them. Look here. Spurious relation refers to statistical relationship between two variables that appear to be related but lack a direct causal relationship. For example, age and height. Age increases, height also increases. Yeah, in India there is only giraffes. Is that the case? No. Age increases, sometimes height increases, sometimes height doesn't increases. Then height and weight. height increases, weight will kandipa increase? No. Sometimes it will increase, sometimes it will decrease because they are going to gym. That can also happen. Yes. Now, which of the following is a spurious correlation, people? Correlation between two variables having no causal relationship. Then people, measures of correlation. Very easy chapter. We have four measures. First one is scatter diagram. Second one is KPCC or Karl-Pearson's product momentum correlation coefficient. Then Spearman's rank correlation coefficient and coefficient of concurrent deviation. Pakka you will get 1 or 2 marks from these 4 topics. And it is very easy to study and I will teach you how to learn this also. First look at this people. Scatter diagram. The significance of scatter diagram is we will not find the value of R. Okay, what are we doing? In scatter diagram, we will not find R. Make a note of it. In everything else, we will find what? R. Can you close the door? Yes, thank you. Yes, in scatter diagram, we will not find the value of R. But in all the other, we will find the value of R. Now people, what happens in scatter diagram is they will give us the graph. Okay, and they will ask what type of correlation is there between X and Y. That is going to happen in scatter diagram. I'll show you some example. For example, the graph is looking like this. From lower left to upper right. This is one graph. Okay, you should only concentrate on the red line. Blue line you can ignore. So if you are drawing a graph like this, or it is 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 like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, whatever it is. People, if it is from lower left to upper right, it is positive correlation. Remember that. Lower left to upper right. What type of correlation? Positive correlation. Very easy. 1 mark you will get. Then, what if it is a straight line from lower left to upper right? It is perfect positive. Make a note of it. What if it is a straight line from lower left to upper right? Perfect positive. Then people, what if the graph is like this? You should only concentrate on the red line. It is coming like this, coming like this, coming like this, coming like this, this, from upper left to lower right. Upper left to lower right. What type of correlation? Negative correlation. What if it is a straight line? Perfect negative correlation. Okay. What if it is a straight line? Perfect negative correlation. Negative. If it is a straight line. Now the next one, people. Sometimes the graph will be like, it will be evenly distributed or symmetrically distributed. People, if the graph is like a circle, only focus on the red line. If it is like a circle. Now, if I cut the circle into 2 parts, is it symmetrical? Yes, 2 semicircles will be there of equal size. Correct? Then, whenever the points are equally or symmetrically or, I will use the word symmetrical, or what is the other word? Evenly distributed. Evenly distributed. We will say that there is no correlation or zero correlation. Make a note of it. No correlation or zero correlation when it is symmetrically distributed. People, this graph, have a look at this graph. Is it symmetrical? If I cut it into 2 parts, 1 half will be mirror image of the other. So it is symmetrical. So is there any correlation? No correlation or zero correlation. Okay, make a note of it. People, understood this? Upper left to lower right? Negative. Lower left to upper right? Positive. Now you tell me what type of correlation is this? Upper left to lower right? Negative correlation. What type of correlation is this? Positive correlation. Lower left to upper right. Now people, what type of correlation is this? No correlation. Why? Because the points are symmetrically distributed. What type of correlation is this? Perfect positive. Why? Straight line from lower left to upper right. Perfect. Done. More than enough. Next one. Have a look at the first question, people. When the correlation coefficient R is equal to +1. +1 means what? Perfect positive. The scatter diagram would be what? On a straight line from lower left to upper right. Which option? Option B. Okay, next question. The coefficient of correlation between temperature of an environment and power consumption. People, temperature increases, power consumption will decrease or increase? Yeah, now itself we'll start on turning on AC and all, right? Fan will be turned on. That means power consumption also increases. One variable increase, other variable increase. What type of correlation? Positive correlation. If the plotted graph in a scatter diagram are evenly distributed, the correlation is called as what? Zero. Evenly distributed? Or what is the other word? Symmetrically distributed. Perfect. Understood the first topic, that is called as scatter diagram. Next one is much more easier. You will get a question based on formula based from KPCC. Here what we are doing, we are going to find the value of what? R. We are finding the value of R. In the previous one, did we find the value of R? No. We know that it is positive or negative. We don't know whether all the time we don't know what is the value of R. When it is perfect positive, we know. Perfect negative, we know. Other cases, 0 also we know. Other than that, do we know? No. In all the cases using KPCC, we can find the value of R. Okay. First one. The formula for R is this. R is equal to covariance divided by standard deviation of X into standard deviation of Y. First of all, you never studied covariance, but I know you studied, but you never thought about it. Have you heard about standard deviation? Yeah, everyone knows about standard deviation. Then you tell me the formula for variance. Tell me the second formula, whichever we studied. Sigma x squared divided by n minus x bar the whole square. Then root sign square will cancel off. Now people, instead of x bar, I will use, what is the formula for x bar? Sigma x divided by n the whole square. So I am going to rewrite it. X square, can I write it as x into x divided by n? X square is what? The x into x minus sigma x the whole square. Can I write it as sigma x into sigma x divided by n square? Sigma x the whole square. 2 the whole square is what? 2 into 2. 4 the whole square is what? 4 into 4. 5 square is what? 5 into 5. Similarly, sigma x the whole square is what? Sigma x into sigma x. Now people, we want what? Covariance. Covariance means there are two variables. Instead of one of the x, you will put y. Instead of one of the x, you will put y. This is the formula for covariance. Okay, make a note of it. There was a question from covariance in the past. Okay, don't feel like I never studied covariance. This is the formula. Very easy to study. First of all, you should know the formula for variance. Otherwise, you will not know. That is there. Okay. Yes, make a note of it. Very important. Then, what is the formula for KPCC correlation coefficient? R is equal to covariance divided by standard deviation of X into standard deviation of Y. Do you know the formula for standard deviation of X? Yeah, just now we wrote sigma x square divided by n minus sigma x the whole square or x bar the whole square. Then, do you know standard deviation of y? Instead of x, you will put y. Sigma y, the root you should put sigma y square divided by n minus sigma y divided by n the whole square. Then root you should put. That is called as standard deviation of y. Now people, certain times they will give the table. X and y values will be given. That time you should use this formula in order to substitute over here. Then standard deviation of x you should find, standard deviation of y you should find, then substitute and get the value of correlation coefficient. Understood? Yes. There was a question, but the chances are very rare because you will take a lot of time to solve that question. That time, if you want, you can study this formula. That is a simplified formula, but I will not say that you should monk up that formula. Okay? Because why? We know the covariance formula, correct? Then we know the standard deviation of x formula. We know the standard deviation of y formula. You can find it separately and substitute over there, right? That is more than enough. If you study this, you will forget the rest of the formulas. Okay? But keep a note of it. What if If you are able to study this, you try to study it. Otherwise, I will not force you to study this particular formula. Okay? Yes. Yes. Then there is the second formula we have. When deviations are taken from mean, another formula for R in KPCC. That is nothing but sigma dx dy divided by root of sigma dx square into sigma dy square. Okay, what do you mean by this dx? Dx is nothing but x minus x bar. Then what will be y minus y bar? Dy. Then what is the sigma dx square? X minus x bar square. Then you will take the summation of all the values. Then dy square is what? Y minus y bar the whole square. Then you will take the summation of all the values. That way you can find using deviation method. But sometimes they will ask direct question from this. I will show you how the question come for examination. Have you made a note of it? Everyone done? Can I go further ahead? Yes. Till now, how is the chapter? Is it learnable? Easily learnable. If you haven't learned till now also, if you put like 30 minutes extra, you will be able to learn it much faster. Next one, people. Look here. If the sum of the product of the deviation of x and y series from their mean is equal to 0, then coefficient of correlation is how much? What do you mean by this, da? Sum of the product. Sum means sigma. Product means something should be taken as multiply. Then product of deviations from x. Deviation from x is what? Sigma dx. Since sum is there, I am putting dx directly. Then y series means what? Dy. That is equal to what? 0. People, sigma dx dy is equal to 0. Then correlation coefficient is how much is the question? Which formula? Sigma dx dy divided by sigma dx square into sigma dy square, then put root. Now people, the numerator is 0. If numerator is 0, the entire value is 0. 0 divided by any number is what? 0 or pick 0. 0. Option C is your answer. Understood? That's how they ask the question. From the other part, they will not ask question like this. If you know this much itself, it's almost more than fine. You can use this formula and get the answer. That can also will give you the same answer. Look at the next question. The covariance between two variables x and y is, covariance is how much now? 8.4. Their variances are 25 and 36. That means standard deviation of x is equal to how much? Root 25, which is equal to how much? 5. Standard deviation of y is how much? Root 36, which is equal to 6. Calculate KPCC. If you get a question, you will be lucky, people. There were questions in the past. You might get a question like this in the future also. That is covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. So covariance is how much? 8.4. 5 into 6. Take your calculator. Get me the answer. 0.28. Yes, everyone got 0.28. Option B is the answer. In calculator, how will you do it? 8.4 divide by 5 divide by 6. That way you will do it. Then click equal to, you will get the answer. If you click extra equal to, you will get a wrong answer. Okay, fine. Look at this question. Determine the coefficient of correlation between x and y series. Number of items is given. Arithmetic mean is given. Sum of the squares of the deviation from mean. That means sigma dx square is given. Similarly, sigma dy square is given as 138. Okay. Then sum of the product of x and y series from the mean is also given. That is sigma dx dy is equal to 122. Then people, what we need to find? R value. R is what? What is the formula? Sigma dx dy divided by root of sigma dx square into sigma dy square. Get me the answer, people. 122 divided by root of 136 into 138. How much is the answer now? 0.89. Huh? This is wrong. This is wrong. Why? Both are negative. That is not possible over here. Okay. So it is what? Anyway, it is negative. Now my next question. People, how to do this in calculator? First you will find the denominator. How to find the denominator in calculator? 136 into 138, then click equal to, then click root. Why did I click equal to and click root? Otherwise, you will click the root of 138. That will be a mistake. Okay, always click equal to and click the root sign. Then, once you got the denominator, click divide equal to, multiply it with 122 will give you the answer. I hope everyone got this. Anyone is having a top? Paka. Done. Now, people, we will talk about something is always there for you. Wow, deja vu again. Change of origin. People, is correlation coefficient affected by change of origin? Just like all the other people, he is also not affected by change of origin. But is correlation of coefficient affected by change of scale? May or may not is the case. That means what? It is affected. It is affected. But how is it affected is the question. The sign might change. Sign will change. But not magnitude. What do you mean by that? The sign of the correlation coefficient might change. If I multiply it with a negative value, for example, R value is equal to 0.7. If I multiply it with -1, then correlation coefficient will become what? Minus 0.7. But people, if I multiply it with into 2, will correlation coefficient change? No. Only in sign it might change, or not in magnitude. Keep a note of it. Very important. Very, very important. Please. Yes. Now, look here. Next question. The coefficient of correlation between X and Y is 0.6. Okay. X and Y values are multiplied with -1, then the coefficient of correlation will become what, people? Minus 0.6. Why did it become minus 0.6? Because we are multiplying it with what? -1. What if we multiplied with +1? Will it change? No. What if we multiplied with +5? Will it change? No. What if I multiplied with -5? Will it change? Yes. Only in magnitude or no? Only in sign. Next question, people. Dash can be determined as the ratio of covariance between two variables to the product of the standard deviation of two variables. KPCC, correlation coefficient. So that is KPCC for you. Everyone understood KPCC? Will you be able to solve questions based on this? It's very easy. Okay, one of the easiest topic. Now, people, I will talk about something else. Look here. Sometimes they will give us some random question. Random question in the sense they will give us some formula based, equation will be given. For example, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Or I can say that 5x plus 6y plus 10 is equal to 0. They might give a question like this for us. Okay, they might give a question for us. Then they will ask us, what type of correlation is there between x and y? That means how are x and y related, they will ask after giving an equation. Now, our shortcut is we will always convert in terms of y. Y is equal to, that means here it is what? 6y is equal to what? Minus 5x plus 10. Now here, people, if the sign of x and y are same, okay, here sign of x and y are same, no, it is what? Opposite sign. If the sign is same, we will say that they are perfect positive. If the signs are different, we will say that they are perfect negative. So this question, what is the case? Perfect positive or perfect negative? Perfect negative. Understood, people? So sometimes very rare, but if you are lucky, you will get a question. If the question is difficult, this will be the question. Okay, they will give a question. 2x plus 3y plus 10 is equal to 0. What type of correlation? We will write 3y is equal to minus 2x plus minus 10. Now look at the sign of x and y. Are the signs same? No, they are opposite. When they are opposite, perfect negative. When they are same, perfect positive. Remember that. Now people, sometimes X and Y we already know. Correlation coefficient between X and Y we already know. Then they will try to bring in two new variables, U and V, or M and N, or whatever they want to bring in, they will try to bring in that two new variable. Now look here. X and U are related. U is equal to AX plus B. Then Y and V and Y are related. Like what? V is equal to CY plus D. Then the correlation coefficient between U and V remains the same if X and Y, the constants are having the same sign. That means what? X and Y will have same sign, then correlation coefficient between them will be what? Equal. If both are having different sign, correlation coefficient will be negative. R will become what? Minus R. I'll show you with an example. U is equal to 2x plus 10. While V is equal to 5x plus 20. Okay, we already know a correlation between X and Y. That correlation coefficient is called as Rxy. That is called as Rxy. Now we need to find a correlation coefficient between U and V. Now people, if the sign of X, once again, if the sign of X and sign of Y both are same, then RUV will be equal to what? RXY. Then what if it is like this? U is equal to 2x plus 10, V is equal to minus 5y plus 20. If the sign of both X and Y are different, RUV is equal to what? Minus RXY. That is the meaning. Understood the meaning, people? So this is the way they will ask question. I will show you one question which was asked in the previous year based on this. Look at this question. U is equal to X minus 5 divided by 10. V is equal to Y minus 7 divided by 10. Look here, what are the sign of both the people? Same are, both are same. X and Y are having same sign. Then we already know correlation coefficient between X and Y is R. Then the correlation coefficient between U and V will be what? R itself. It will not change. If it was minus, our R will become minus R. Understood, people? Any doubt, please ask me, because it's very complicated. I try to simplify to the basic. If I am normally teaching, it will take some more time. But understood this? If a question comes, will you be able to answer? That is the point. At the end of the day, we want to solve question. Now there is no time for learning too much. Correct? You should be able to solve the question. Now, the third one. Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. I will ask you a very difficult question. What is the maximum value of Spearman's rank correlation coefficient? Maximum value of Spearman rank correlation coefficient. Plus 1. Minimum value is minus 1. Now, what is the maximum value of KPCC coefficient? Plus 1. Minimum value is minus 1. At the end of the day, who is this the correlation coefficient? Whatever he has become, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, who is he? He is correlation coefficient. Always the value will be between minus 1 and plus 1. Remember that. Now, people, KPCC is done. Now, we are going for Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. Now, what happens in Spearman's rank correlation coefficient is, we should be bothered about this equation. Without time, I will show you how the question comes. X is there, Y is there. I'm going to say these are the marks scored by those people in X and Y subject. 100, then 20, 30, 45. These are the marks scored by the what are X in different subject. Then marks scored by Y in different subject is 30, 40. How much you want? 50. Then 7 again increment. Only increase or decrease 20. Good. Yes. Now I will ask you the rank of different people. Okay. Which is having the first rank for X? 100. Which is having the second rank? 45. Third rank? 30. Fourth rank? 20. Now, who is having the first rank? 50. Then, who is having the second rank? 40. Who is having the third rank? 30. Who is having the last rank? 20. So, we got XR and YR. Correct? Now, I will show you how the equation looks like in order to find correlation coefficient. That is nothing but 1 minus 6 sigma d square divided by n cube minus n. That is the formula. Now people, what is the sigma d square? Sigma d square means we will find the difference between xr and yr and we will take their square. 1 minus 3 into equal to m plus 4 minus 2 into equal to m plus 3 minus 1 into equal to m plus 2 minus 4 into equal to m plus. Then MRC is how much people? How much you got on calculator? 60 now? Everyone got 60? Yes. So that is sigma d square. Now people, what is this n? How many subjects are there? A, B, C, D. 4 subjects are there. So find me the value. R is equal to 1 minus 6 into sigma d square is 16 divided by 4 cube minus 4. Get me the answer. How to do this calculation in calculator? 4 cube minus 4 is how much? 60, right? 64 minus 4 is 60. Give me the answer in calculator. 6 into 16 divided by 60. Click plus or minus. Then click what? Plus 1. How much is the answer? Minus 0.61 now. Okay. Done? Minus. This is the answer. Is this the answer or not the answer? Yes. Fine. So understood the method, people? You understood how to find sigma d square? XR minus yr square, then m plus etc you will do, and finally multiply it with 6 divided by n cube minus n. Then click plus or minus sign on your calculator, then add what? 1. You will get the answer. Now people, one concept. If r is equal to minus 1, r is equal to minus 1 means what? The perfect negative, right? R is equal to minus 1, it is perfect negative. Then the ranks are in reverse order. For example, I am going to tell you. Now, I am going to rank the best food spot in this Bangalore. I am going to rank, first one is Empire, second one is Nandana Palace, third one is Meghna Foods, then fourth one is something else. Or what the? Rice and chawal. Yes. Yes. Dal and chawal. Yeah, four people, 4 things I rank. Then my wife is coming and ranking the opposite order. She is the Karl and chawal is the first one, then Meghna Food, then Nandana Palace, then finally Empire. So we rank it in the opposite direction, right? Whenever it is in the opposite direction, you should understand it will be perfect negative correlation. X goes this way, Y comes this way. Perfect negative. Understood? R is equal to minus 1 whenever the ranks are in reverse order. Next question, people. Ranks by judges are in reverse order. Then find the value of Spearman rank correlation coefficient. Minus 1. Understood the method? Got the point? Next question, people. Find the rank correlation coefficient. Here rank is directly given. Marks are not given. Ranks are directly given. So it is easy for us. Very, very easy for us. What is the formula for correlation coefficient? 1 minus 6 sigma d square divided by n cube minus n. Now we need to find sigma d square. How to find sigma d squared? 1 minus 2 into equal to m plus 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 into equal to m plus 3 minus 4 into equal to m plus 4 minus 3 into equal to m plus 5 minus 1 into equal to m plus then MRC. How much are you getting for that? Everyone got 28? Yes. Which is equal to 1 minus 6 into 28 divided by how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means n is equal to 5. Then n cube minus n will be equal to how much? N cube, 5 cube minus n, 5 is how much? 120. Put that value over here. Now you start using calculator. How to use calculator? 6 into 28 divided by 120. Which is equal to some value you got in the calculator? Yes. How much is it? Some value you got. Then click what? Plus or minus sign. Then what? Add 1. How much are you getting? Minus 0.4 everyone got. But look people, in the option there is no minus 0.4. Now you will choose which option. Will you choose 0? If you choose 0, you are getting a wrong answer. Why? Because it is a negative correlation. R is equal to what? Minus 0.4. You will say that so the nearest answer is 0. I will mark 0, sir. They will give the mark. No, they will not. They will not give mark because of the reason. Conceptually, it is going wrong. Why? Because it is negative correlation. Negative correlation means which option is the answer? Option C, -1 is your answer. Understood, people? Yes. Look at the next question. In a beauty contest, there are 10 competitors. How many are there? 10. Ranks of these candidates are assigned by 2 judges. Sum of the squares of the difference of the rank is what? 44. That means sigma d square is equal to what? 44. The value of the rank coefficient or rank correlation coefficient is how much is the question? Use the formula. R is equal to 1 minus 6 sigma t square divided by n cube minus n. That is nothing but 1 minus 6 into 44 divided by 10 competitions, right? N is equal to 10. 10 cube minus 10 is how much now? 990. Get me the answer, people.
What is that?
6 into 44 divided by 990. Then click what? Plus or minus, then plus 1. How much are you getting? 0.73. Which option is the answer? Option B is the answer. Next one, people. Rank correlation coefficient lies between what and what? -1 and +1. Both are inclusive. Option B. At the end of the day, that person is what? Correlation coefficient. Whatever name he acquired, it doesn't matter. He is what? Correlation coefficient. Now, the last one. Recent years, most number of questions are from this coefficient of concurrent deviation. Now, people, my first question. What are we finding here? Correlation coefficient. Concurrent coefficient is also called as what? Correlation coefficient. Concurrent coefficient maximum value is how much? +1. Minimum value is how much? -1. At the end of the day, who is he? Correlation coefficient. Good. Now, people, I will show you the method. First of all, have a look at the formula. This is the formula. I will come back with the formula in some time. I'll show you the method first. The method looks like this. Now, people, I'm going to say some value. Tell me some values. 10. Next. 20. 12. 15. Then tell me some other value. 1. 2. 5. 7. Okay, she put me in a very bad position right now. But see, let's see. Now, people, X became 20. Is there an increase or a decrease? Increase. 20 became 12. Decrease. 12 became 15. Increase. 1 became 2. Plus. 2 became 5. Plus. 5 became 7. Plus. Now, people, we are going to find how many concurrent deviations are there. Concurrent deviation means if plus plus or minus minus happen at the same time. Look here, how many concurrent deviations are there? 1, 2. So, people, the number of concurrent deviations C is equal to 2. Then M is nothing but total number of deviation. Total number, how many deviations are? 1, 2, 3. That means M is equal to how much? 3. Then substitute and get me the answer. RCD is equal to plus or minus root of 2 into, how much is the value of C dot? 2 minus 3 divided by 3, which is equal to plus or minus root of 4 minus 3 is how much? 1, which is a positive value, right? So you will put a positive sign over here. 1 divided by 3. How much is the answer, people? 0.57 something you got? Everyone got the same answer? Yes. This is the method for finding concurrent deviation or concurrent deviation coefficient or concurrent correlation coefficient. Now, my next question, people. What if this value is a negative value? Will it become imaginary? According to our school knowledge, it will become an imaginary number. But for us, that is not required. We will take this plus or minus and we will put a minus sign and we will write whatever value is inside there. Now, plus or minus, let it be there. I'll show you some examples. Now, M is also can be written as N minus 1. Look here, how many are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, M is what? M is what? N minus 1. M is nothing but N minus 1. Now, look here. If 2C minus M is positive, then RCD is positive. If 2C minus M is negative, RCD is negative. RCD means correlation coefficient with respect to concurrent deviation. Now people have a look over here. If the concurrent coefficient is 1 by root 3, concurrent coefficient is 1 by root 3 means what? R is equal to 1 by root 3. Sum of the deviation is 6. Sum of the deviation is 6 means what? The C is equal to 6. N pairs are there in total. We need to find the value of N. People, R is equal to what? Plus or minus. Here is already positive, so I will put plus root of 2C minus M divided by M. Once you find the value of M, we can find the value of N, right? First find the value of M. 1 by root 3 is equal to root of 2 into 6 is how much? 12 minus M divided by M. Square both sides. It will become 1 by 3 is equal to 12 minus M divided by M. Cross multiply. M is equal to 36 minus 3M. So 4M is equal to 36. M is equal to how much? 9. People, M is equal to 9. Don't go and mark A is the answer. No. They are asking for what? N. M is equal to N minus 1. Correct? Then N will be what? M plus 1. Which is equal to what, people? 10. Answer is what? Option C is the answer. I hope everyone understood this. Any doubt in this? Pakka? Done? Next one, people. Tell me. Find the coefficient of concurrent deviation for the given data. 60 becomes 65 plus or minus, plus, then minus, then plus, then plus, then minus. 50 became 55 plus, minus. People, what is this? Equal to, then plus, then equal to. What if equal to come? Is there any deviation? No deviation. Okay. Even if top is equal to and the bottom is equal to, we will not take it as C. We will not add it for C. Okay. Remember that. We will not use it. Now people, how many concurrent deviation? 1, 2, 3. So C value is equal to how much? 3. M is equal to how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you tell me the value of R. R is equal to plus or minus root of 2C minus M divided by M, which is equal to root of 2C is how much? 6 minus 5 divided by what? 5, which is equal to root of 1 by 5. How much is the answer, people? 0.447. Everyone got the same answer? Understood? How to do it in calculator? 1 divided by 5 equal to, then click what? Root. Next one, people. The number of concurrent deviation for 10 pairs of observation is 4. Find the coefficient of concurrent deviation. People, the number of concurrent deviation for 10 pairs of observation is 4. That means C is equal to what? 4. The number of concurrent deviation is equal to what? 4. Then M will be what? N minus 1, which is equal to 9. Find the coefficient of concurrent deviation. R is equal to what? Plus or minus 2C minus M divided by M, which is equal to plus or minus 2 into C is how much? 8 minus 9 divided by 9. People, numerator is negative. So you will put a negative sign outside and you will write 1 by 9. How much is the answer, people? Minus 1 by 3 is the answer. Option A is the answer. I hope everyone understood this. Pakka? So that's all, people. The 4 topics of correlation coefficient, how to determine, we found. Now, there was a previous year question. I'll tell you that funny question. Which of the following is not a relative measure of dispersion? Coefficient of range, coefficient of variation, coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient of concurrent deviation. Coefficient of concurrent deviation. September attempt question. Okay, they asked this. Which of the following is not a measure of dispersion? Okay, is coefficient. Whenever you see coefficient, oh no, okay, coefficient of deviation or coefficient of concurrent deviation is what? Not a measure. We are finding what? Correlation coefficient over there. Now, people, coefficient of determination, or it is called as R square. Make a note of it. Coefficient of determination is called as R square. Coefficient of non-determination is called as 1 minus R square. Make a note of it. Coefficient of determination is R square. Coefficient of non-determination is 1 minus R square. Now, for this question, can you tell me what is coefficient of non-determination? R is equal to 0.6. Then, Coefficient of non-determination will be what? 1 minus r square, which is nothing but 1 minus 0.6 the whole square. That is 1 minus 0.36, which is equal to 0.64. Which option is the answer? Option D is the answer. Give me the value of coefficient of determination for this. Coefficient of determination is r square, which is equal to how much? The 0.6 the whole square, which is equal to 0.36. Which option is the answer? Option C is the answer. Next question, people. Relationship r square minus 1 divided by 500 divided by 300 is not possible. True or false? Yes. How do you know it is not possible? Now we will check. R square is equal to what? 1 minus 500. You take your calculator. 500 divided by, using your calculator, 500 divided by 300 plus or minus, then plus 1. How much are you getting? R square is equal to how much? Minus 0.666. Then R is equal to root of minus 0.666. People, this is an imaginary number. Correct? Huh? Root of minus will become imaginary. We didn't learn any concept like we will take the minus outside and right. We didn't learn anywhere with respect to this. So it is what? It is not possible. So it is what? True. Understood, people? What all things we learn? I just want to understand what all things we learn. R value is between what and what? Minus 1 and plus 1. If R is equal to plus 1, perfect positive. R is equal to minus 1, perfect negative. R is equal to 0, no correlation. Then first one we learned was what type of correlation? Perfect positive. Why? Straight line from lower left to upper line. What type of correlation? Negative correlation from upper left to lower right. Now people, this one, no correlation because it is evenly distributed. Next question, people. KPCC formula is what? Covariance divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. What is the maximum value of r? Plus 1. Then second thing we learned, one more formula we learned here. R is equal to what? R is equal to summation of dx dy divided by root of sigma deviation square, then deviation of y square. Then people, we learned about sigma f. Sigma x. Next one. We forgot one question. What is the next one, dog? Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. R is equal to 1 minus 6 sigma d squared divided by n cube minus n. If the ranks are in opposite order, it is what type of correlation? R is equal to minus 1 or perfect negative. Fourth one we learned is R is equal to concurrent deviation method. R is equal to what? Plus or minus root of 2c minus m divided by m. Now people, is correlation coefficient affected by origin? No. Is correlation coefficient affected by scale? Maybe in scale. No, sign. Plus or minus will change. That's all is there in this chapter. Now people, regression analysis. What did I tell you? In correlation, are we finding the value of x and y? No. In regression, what are we going to do? We are going to find the value of x and y. What was he doing that term that time? He was trying to put efforts so that he got a result. An output is there. X is having a value. So that's what happened over here. Yes, he is here also. Yes. Now, in regression, we are finding the value of x when y is given, or we are finding the value of y when x is given. Make a note of it. Very, very important. That is the whole concept of regression. We are finding one variable when the other variable is given. We are finding the other variable when the given variable is given. We will talk about that in 1 minute. Yes. Can we start? People, look at. A sheep is there. There is an input. X is the input. For example, X is given. Apple value is what? X. X is the apple value. X is given. So what? There will be a output. That will be the Y value. That's what we are studying in regression. Now people, look over here. First one, regression line of Y on X. Whenever you see Y on X, you should understand X is given and Y we are finding, or Y is not given in the question. We are finding the value of what? y. When what is given? X is given. What if it is x on y? Y is given. What we are finding? We are finding x, or x is not given. Now first of all, people, regression line of y on x. Okay, the formula looks like this. Y is equal to a plus byx into x. What is this byx? Byx is called as regression coefficient. Regression coefficient of y on x. Then pxy will be what? Regression coefficient of x on y. Okay, people, now think about our Tom. Okay, he was getting what? He was getting the value of x. For example, the regression coefficient of her getting married with him is given. In matrimony side, the percentage is this much. The regression coefficient is given. Okay, now x value, her interest is also given. Then we can always get the output value, right? That way, that is the basic meaning. We are finding x and finding y when the other variable is given. Now people, first equation, make a note of it. This one is important. Byx, regression coefficient of y on x, is equal to r into standard deviation of y divided by standard deviation of x. Now people, do you remember the KPCC formula for r? That is what? Covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Then what is remaining? Sy divided by sx. Cancel, cancel. What is remaining? Covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x, the whole square. This way also you can write it. Okay, make a note of it. This is called as regression coefficient of y on x. Then you tell me, how will be the formula for regression coefficient of x on y? Will be what? R into standard deviation of x divided by standard deviation of y. Or you will write it as what? Covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of y, the whole square. Whatever value is given will be there in the denominator as square. That is the case. Standard deviation of y square. Now people, this is also given. Regression coefficient of y on x. That is also x on y. That is also given. Now my first question. Is regression coefficient affected by change of origin? No. Yes, like all the other people except mean, median and mode, like all the other people, it is not affected by change of origin. Now the major question, one of the most repeated question, is regression coefficient affected by change of scale? It is affected. Okay, yes. It is affected by change of scale. When I pressurize you, you guys will be okay. Change of scale, it is affected. Now people, if regression coefficient of x on y and regression coefficient of y on x are given, we can find correlation coefficient. Make a note of it. Correlation coefficient is nothing but root of pxy into pyx. Always put plus or minus. Why plus or minus? Because correlation coefficient can be negative or positive, right? Yes. Now make a note of it. Regress correlation coefficient is nothing but pxy into pyx. Then put a root. If you are taking the square, r square is equal to pyx into pxy. Now people, yeah, finding regression line, this and all not much important, but make a note of it. How to form a regression line? That is what? Y minus y bar. What is this y bar? The mean of y. What is this x bar? Mean of x. Regression line of y on x can be written as y minus y bar into pyx into x minus x bar. Make a note of it. Y minus y bar is equal to what? Byx into x minus x bar. Now people, there are two regression lines. This is a previous equation. We will remember this no matter what. This is one regression line. In blue color, this is a regression line. Regression line means what? It will be a line itself, right? It will be a curve. No, it will always be a line. Then there is another regression line. Okay? Two regression lines is there. One is in brown, another is in blue. They will meet at a point. That point is called as mean. Make a note of it. Two regression lines will meet at the value called as mean. PYQ. Another previous year question. Two regression line will meet at what? At their means. Next one, people, one of the most important concept I am going to teach you. People, regression lines will meet at their means, right? Now, sometimes they will ask you to, they will give the two regression line in question. They will say, find the mean. Okay, so what we will do is, we will option hit. We will take the option and we will substitute the x bar value as x value, and we take the y bar value and substitute as the y value. When whichever give LHS is equal to RHS, that will be your correct answer. What did I say? Since they meet at the mean, so two lines are meeting at the mean, that means x bar and y bar will satisfy both the equations, right? That's why we will substitute x bar and y bar in both the equation, and we will check LHS is equal to RHS or not. Whichever gives LHS is equal to RHS, that's your answer. So remember that, it will help you out. Multiple questions are there from this. Now people, we will go to the first question. I will teach you how to find a regression line. That is a different method. Okay. First of all, we need to find which regression line is of what. Which is y on x, which is x on y. That they will never give in the question. If it is given, you are lucky. They will never give that. That is one of the most complicated concept in quantitative aptitude. That's what we are going to witness in 2 seconds. Yeah. Look here. Which of the following regression line represent y on x? People, we need to find which of the regression line represent y on x. What do you mean by y on x? Who is given? X is given and we are finding what? Finding y. Now people, the method is very easy. I'll tell you the method. First, we will find a regression coefficient of x on y, and we will find the regression coefficient of y on x. After assuming, assume this one is y on x. This one is what? X on y. If one is y on x, other should be what? X on y. Now you will ask, so I can do the opposite, right? Yes, you can also do the opposite. If you want to take it as x on y, you can assume that way. This way you can assume y on x. The only condition is one should be the opposite of other. Now people, we assume that way. Now people, we are going to find x on y means Vxy we are going to find. Regression coefficient of what? X on y we are finding. Listen carefully. The shortcut method is minus coefficient of given divided by coefficient of not given, or whatever we are finding. People, what is the coefficient of given? What is given over here? X on y. What is given? Y is given. That means what is the coefficient of y? 2. That is minus 2 divided by, what is the coefficient of x? 7. So regression coefficient of byx is equal to what? Minus 2 by 7. Then you will ask, sir, where the minus came from? Minus should be there all the time. You should start the question with what? Minus. Next, we will check the next one. We are going to find the second one. There we are going to find what? The byx. What is the formula? Minus of coefficient of given. We will not change the formula. Divided by coefficient of not given, or whatever we are finding, which is equal to minus of what is given here? X is given. What is the coefficient of x? 2. What is the coefficient of not given? 5. So that is minus 2 by 5. Now the next step is we are going to find correlation coefficient. Now when we find correlation coefficient, if it is in between minus 1 and plus 1, our assumption is correct. Whatever we assumed is correct. If our assumption is wrong, what? The opposite is the, so this one will be what? This will be y on x, and this will be what? X on y. It's completely up to our assumption. Find the value of r. R is equal to what? Plus or minus bxy into byx, which is equal to, since people, look here, both of them are having a minus sign in front of it, what we will do is, we will put a minus in front of this. So root of 2 by 7 into 2 by 5, which is equal to how much now? Minus of 4 by 35. Take your calculator and get me the answer. How much is it? How much is it? Minus 0.333 or 338. Okay. Now you tell me, Is it in between -1 and +1? Yes, it is in between -1 and +1. Our assumption is what? Correct. Assumption is correct. So which is y on x and which is x on y? Y on x is the second equation. So which option is the answer? 2x plus 5y plus 10 is equal to 0 is our answer. Now what if our assumption was wrong? We will say the opposite was the answer. First equation was the answer. That's all. I hope everyone understood the method. Clear out what is the method? First, assume. Second, find regression coefficient. Third, find correlation coefficient from the regression coefficient. Then check whether R is in between -1 and +1. If it is, our assumption is correct. If not, our assumption is what? Wrong. We will do the same question, same type of question with another. Look here, so that you will get to know more. The same question repeating doesn't make sense. Go to the next question. Look here. Two regression equations are 2x plus 3y plus 18 is equal to 0. X plus 2y minus 25 is equal to 0. We need to find the value of y when x is given. First of all, we need to find which is y on x. How did I know it is y on x? Because find the value of y when x is given. So we need to find what? We need to find. We find which equation is y on x. Because x is given, we are finding y. So assume. What are you going to assume? Let this be. What do you want to assume now? This is y on x. This is what? X on y. Now you tell me byx is equal to minus of coefficient of given. Coefficient of given is what? 2. Coefficient of not given, that is what? 3. Then second one, bxy, which is equal to minus of coefficient of given. What is given? 2. Divided by coefficient of not given, 1. So that is what? Minus 2 divided by 1. Now find correlation coefficient. R is equal to, both are minus, I will put minus outside, into 2 by 3 into 2, which is equal to what? Minus root of 4 by 3. How much is the answer? Minus 1.15. People, is this possible? No, this is not possible. This is not possible. Why? Because R is less than -1. Can R be less than -1? No, it should be in between -1 and +1. So our assumption is wrong. Assumption is wrong. Ram, are you getting it now? Assumption is wrong. So which assumption is, which should be correct? Which is y on x? The second equation should be y on x. So x plus 2y minus 25 is equal to 0 is y on x. Now substitute the value of x. X is equal to how much now? 9. 9 plus 2y minus 25 is equal to 0. Then 2y is equal to how much now? 16. Y is equal to how much? 8. Option B is the answer. Understood the method? Anyone, any doubt? Please tell. Pakka? If still doubt is there, what we will do? One more question. Look here. Two regression line. 7x minus 3y minus 18 is equal to 0. 4x minus 5 minus 11 is equal to 0. We need to find the regression coefficient. Can we directly find the regression coefficient? No. We need to assume. What are we going to assume? This is what? First one you will assume it as what? What do you want to assume? X on y, yeah? X on y. This is what? Y on x. Then people, if it is x on y, what is bxy? Minus of coefficient of given divided by coefficient of not given. Now you tell me what is coefficient of given? Given is what? Y. That is minus of minus 3 divided by what? 7. That is the case. So minus of minus 3 by 7 will become 3 by 7. That is byx. Then people first second find y on x, byx, which is equal to minus of what is given? X is given, that is 4, divided by not given, that is minus 1, which is equal to 4. Now you check people. So bxy and byx are given. Root of 3 by 7 into 4, which is equal to how much now? Root of 12 by 7. Is it correct? Now it is greater than what? Greater than 1. Assumption is what? Assumption is wrong. In such type of question, whenever assumption is wrong is, this bxy we found to be 3 by 7, right? So automatically Byx will be the reciprocal 7 by 3. Then Byx we found to be 4, right? Then automatically Byx will be what? Sorry, Bxy will be what? 1 by 4. So answer is what, people? Option A is your answer. Understood? Any doubt in this? Pakka? Yes, I know it's complicated, but this is the way to study this. Okay. If you study some other shortcut, sometimes you will get wrong. That's why I'm not teaching that shortcut. So if it is always like minus coefficient of given divided by not given, you will always remember. Let it be x, let it be y. You will put accordingly. Correct? Now people, next one. If the angle between two regression lines are 90 degrees. So for example, one line is like this and the other line is like this and the angle between them is 90 degrees, then the correlation coefficient is what? 0. Remember this? When there is an angle of 90 degrees between two regression lines, then what happens to? Then the regression correlation coefficient is what? 0. They will meet at a point called as what? Mean. Always two regression line will meet at a point called as what? Mean. Remember that. Then people, when two regression lines overlap means one line is there like this. Okay. Then another line is also on top of it is going. Like parallelly they are going. Whenever the angle is 0, then the regression coefficient will be what? Plus or minus 1. Make a note of it. Whenever the angle is 0, it will be plus or minus 1. Perfect positive or perfect negative. Get me the answer. Regression coefficients are dash. Independent of change of origin but not of scale. Out of the following, which one affects the regression coefficient? Change of scale only. Then, if one of the regression coefficient, important question, if one of the regression coefficient is greater than unity, the other one should be what? Less than unity. Why? Why? If both are more than unity, correlation coefficient will be more than unity. That is not possible. If one is more than unity, the other should be no matter what, less than unity. Two variables are uncorrelated if the regression lines are what? Perpendicular, right? We studied just now. When the angle is 90 degrees, for example, one line is this and another line is like this. They are meeting at a point and the angle between them is 90 degrees. Then there is what? No correlation. Then people, next question for you. Dash of regression coefficient is greater than correlation coefficient. First of all, people, correlation coefficient is what? Geometric mean of what and what? Regression coefficient. Correct? How do you know it is geometric mean? You just study the formula. Root of pxy into byx. Regression coefficient. Now you tell me. Dash of regression coefficient will be greater than correlation coefficient. People, already it is GM. The correlation coefficient is geometric mean. Yesterday we studied arithmetic mean is greater than geometric mean is greater than harmonic mean. So, since correlation coefficient is geometric mean of regression coefficient, I can say that arithmetic mean of regression coefficient will be greater than geometric mean of regression coefficient. Instead of correlation coefficient, can I say that it is what? GM of regression coefficient. Okay, next question, people, is over here. This one now. Two lines of regression coefficient becomes identical when? Identical means one is traveling on top of the other. Angle between them is what? 0. That means either A or B. I told you it will be perfect positive or perfect negative. Two regression lines are passing through their means. Then, out of the following, which affects regression coefficient? Change of scale only. Then. Look at this question, people. If the means of x and y are 3 and 1 respectively, x is equal to how much? 3. Y is equal to how much? 1. Then the equation of regression line, what did I tell you? Option hit. Instead of x, you will put 3. Instead of y, you will put 1. Which option is making LHS and RHS equal? That option is your answer. Primary answer, Kori. Come on, you can do it. Please do it for me, people. Let's do. Please. Try. No time. We don't have any time. Get me the answer. Option A, Pakka? Try option A. We will check. Instead of x, we will put 3. 5 into 3 plus 7 into 1 minus 22, which is equal to how much now? 15 plus 7 minus 22, which is equal to 0, which is equal to our RHS. Second option. Second equation. 6 into 3 plus 2 into 1 minus 20, which is how much now? 18 plus 2 minus 20, which is equal to how much? 0. So that is equal to our RHS. That means which option is the answer? Option A is your answer. So you understood how to solve questions? We solved the worst question and we solved the easiest question. Most repeated question is regression coefficient is affected by scale or not. That is the most repeated question. Then whenever I say Byx, what you will understand? We are finding the value of x when we are finding the value of y when x is given. So how to find? When randomly I am giving you 2x plus 3y plus 10 is equal to 0. Find me regression coefficient of x on y. Bxy is nothing but minus of given, that is 3, divided by not given, that is 2. Okay? Understood the method? Pakka? Yes. Now the next step. That is called as equations. So regression, you know the weightage, right? 5 to 6 marks can be there from regression. Remember that. Regression is a very important chapter. Correlation and regression is a very important chapter. If you know this much itself, you will get the marks. Getting full marks, you need to study more or solve more questions from that chapter. Okay, very easy chapter if you ask. Now the next one. Chapter 2, equations. Equations. So people, in this chapter we will be learning linear. Then linear equation itself we will have one variable. Then we will have two variables. Then we will have three variables. Then we will go to quadratic equation. Then we will go to cubic equation. These are the things we will learn from this chapter. And it is an easy chapter. The weightage of this chapter is also less. Sometimes depends on chapter 1. That is the basic thing. Basically 2 or 3 questions can be there. Okay. But very easy chapter. Usually out of the box question always come from this chapter. Usually for all examination, out of the box question will come from this chapter because equations can be anything, right? They can ask you about speed. Can we question them? No. It can be from anything because it's an equation. Whatever we learn, there is an equation based on that. Now people, first one, linear equations. Then we have linear equation is in 2 variable, 3 variable. Likewise, different things. We have quadratic equation and cubic equation. First one is simple equation. Simple equation is nothing but which is of the form ax plus b is equal to 0. What is the power of x? How many roots are there? How many zeros are there? Only 1 0 or 1 root is there. What is the reason for 1 root? Because of the power of x is what? 1. In quadratic equation, what is the highest power of x? 2. So how many roots will be there? 2 variables or 2 roots will be there. Then people, how many roots are there in cubic equation? 3 roots. Why? The power of x is what? 3 over there. Now people, look at this question. Get me the answer for x. Which of the following is true is the question. People, how to solve this? Open the bracket. Kx minus 4 is equal to, open the bracket, Kx minus, how much the? Minus x. Kx cancel. Minus 4 is equal to minus x. So x is equal to what the? Plus 4. Which option is the answer? Option D is the answer. Now look at this question. Solve this, then we will go for the next. How to solve this stuff? Easiest way is what? Option hit. Option hit. Don't even try to solve this using LCM and all. We don't want that. We are not good with it. Think that way. We can solve it using option. Try option A, try option B, try option C. If both of the 3 are wrong, we will go for option B. Option B, pakka. So we are going with option B. Option B. If we are going with option B, 2 into 9.58 plus 8 divided by 10 m plus then 3 into 9.58 plus 10 divided by what? 15 m plus then MRC. How much are you getting? Are you getting 5?
5.
Are you getting 5.00 something or 5.11 now? Approximately you are getting a first option is giving you the answer. No? Option C. Try option C also. If you are not getting the exact answer, try option C. 2 into 9.5 plus 8 divided by 10 m plus 3 into 9.5 plus 10 divided by what? 15 m plus then MRs. How much are you getting? 5.26. Previous one was what? 5.29. Then try option A. Check that also. We are trying everything right. Yes. 2 into 10.58 plus 8 divided by 10 m plus 3 into 10.58 plus 10 divided by 15 then m plus then click MRC. How much is it? 4.999 or 4.93 3 point. Hey, tell me the answer, darling. Yes. Should I really do it? I can do it because you guys are watching like movies. Let's try to do it. Get me the answer. 4.9999. 9933. Okay. People, if you ask me which is the closest answer, if you ask me, if you mark option A, how much is it? 4.993333 something. So approximately that is coming to be the answer. But none is also there. Now my question is, will you choose none or option A? Approximately 4.999 is there. 5.69. 5.69. First of all, I'll do one thing. I don't trust anyone of you. I will try doing. Yes. Clear the memory. Second option I will try. 2 into 9.58. Then click what? M plus. Then divided by what? Divided by 10. What down? Did I say wrong? 2 into 9.58 plus 8 divided by 10. Then click what? M plus. Okay. Then what? 3 into 9.58. Then plus what? 10. Then divided by what? 15. Then click what? M plus. Then you will click what? The MRC. How much are you getting? Coke. Wrong. Then try option A. Option A is 5.69. Okay. Wrong. Gone. 9.5. How much is it? 5.26. Wrong. Which option? That. Why people are telling 5.00 and all, 4.99 and all? Yes. Now, the next one. People, look here. Simultaneous linear equation with two variables. Two variables means what? There will be one unknown and there will be another unknown. Two unknowns will be there in the question. Don't talk, don't talk. Don't talk. Don't talk, don't talk. Don't talk. Paka. Yes, can I get that bottle drop silence? Yes, yesterday. Yes. Now, I will show you one shortcut to solve this. We need to find the value of x. Okay. Then we need to find the value of y. In order to find the value of x, you need to ignore x. Okay, you will ignore x and you will do this way. 4 into 7 minus 3 into 10 divided by 4 into 4 minus 3 into 3. How much is the answer, people? 28 minus 30 is minus 2 divided by 16 minus 9 is how much? 7. So answer is how much? Minus 2 by 7. That is the shortcut method for finding the x value using a single step. What I did, I will just show it again to you. In order to find the value of x, you will ignore x. 3 into, first one is what? From down to top. 4 into 7 minus 3 into 10 divided by 4 into 4 minus 3 into 3. So answer is how much? Minus 2 by 7. Now in order to find the value of y, okay, we will ignore what? Y. But you will go from up to down. So okay, that is what? 4 into 10 minus 3 into 7 divided by denominator will be same itself. 4 into 4 minus 3 into 3. How much is it? The 40 minus 21 is 19 divided by 7. Understood the method, people? So this way we can solve the equation and get the answer much faster. I will show you how this will be helpful with the next question. A man sells 6 radios and 4 television for 18,480. Let the number of radios and television be what? X and Y respectively. So 6 into number of radios plus 4 into cost of television. Sorry, 6 into cost of radio plus cost of television is equal to how much? 18,480. Then 14 radios into cost of 1 radio plus 2 television into cost of 1 television is equal to what? Solve for the same amount. Same amount means what? 18,480. We need to find the price of a television. That means we need to find the value of Y. People, how to find the value of Y? Y is equal to, in order to find the value of Y, we will ignore Y. Ignore it. Then we will take from this to this. That is 6 into 18,480 minus 14 into 18,480 divided by what? 6 into 2 minus 14 into 4. Get me the answer using calculator. How much is it?
It's not.
Get me the answer, people. Very easy answer. Now, if you don't know this method, what you will do? Elimination method, substitution method, all those methods you will do. It's completely up to you. Okay. How much is that? 3360. Huh? 3360. Okay, perfect. Many people are telling the same answer. Good. Previously also many people told the same answer. I don't know why. Okay, got it? Understood the method? What if they are asking for the price of radio? That also you do. Price of radio. You will do what? You will find the value of X. That means you will go from down to top. Correct? 2 into 18,480 minus what? 4 into 18,480 divided by denominator is same. 6 into 2 minus 14 into 4. You will get the answer. How much is it? How much is it, people? 840, yeah? Understood? This is the method. This is the shortcut. If you are not getting the shortcut, you can use your 7th standard method. What was that method? Elimination method or substitution method, which you studied in 8th standard. Any of the method will also work out. Now look at this question, people. A man went to Reserve Bank of India with 1,000 rupees. How much he went? 1,000 rupees he went there. He asked the cashier to give 5 rupee and 10 rupee notes only. He only want what? 5 rupee ka note and 10 rupee ka note. The man got 175 notes. So total in how many notes are there? 175 notes are there. How many 5 rupee and 10 rupee note he received is the question. People, is option B correct? No, why not? Because there is only 40 plus 110 notes. That will be how much? 150 not equal to 175. Option B is wrong. Try option A. So 25 into 5 plus 150 into 10, which is equal to how much, da? That is how much? 125 plus 1500. So how much amount is having now? 1625, which is not equal to 1000. People, he got extra money from Reserve Bank up? No, that is not going to happen. He should only have how much? 1000 rupees. Now check the second one. 155 rupee notes plus 25 10 rupee note, which is equal to 750 plus how much, da? 250, which is equal to how much? 1000, which is equal to our required amount. So which option is the answer? Option C. And one more thing, people, from chapter 1, chapter 2, try to option hit all the time. You will get the answer. Most of the answers will be there in the option itself. Why? Because one correct answer is there until the options are wrong. The thing is, with chapter 1 and 2, most of the cases we can option hit. But you will forget that. You will start thinking about how to form an equation and all. Okay, don't forget that. That's very important. Now tell me the value of X and Y. Yes. What is the easiest method? Option hit. Option hit. Which option? Option B. We will check whether option B is correct or not. Check once now. Which is equal to option B means 8 plus 5 into 5, which is equal to 8 plus 25, which is equal to 33, which is equal to our required RHS. That is correct. Check the next one. 8 plus 5 divided by 8 minus 5, which is equal to 13 divided by 3, which is equal to what? Required RHS. Option B is the answer. Understood the method? Got it? Next one, people. What will you do? Sit and cry or option hit? But before that, we need to find an equation, right? We need to find an equation. 2 raised to x plus y, which is equal to 2 raised to 2x minus y. People, the bases are same. Then the power should also be what? Same. X plus y is equal to 2x minus y. Now you option hit. Okay? Try option hit. First equation. X is equal to 1. 1 plus 1 by 2 minus 2 minus 1 by 2. How much is the answer? 1 plus 1 by 2 is how much? 1.5. 2 minus 1 by 2 is how much? 1.5. So which option is the answer? Option A is the answer. This is the method, people. Very, very easy. We have studied a lot of things in school, which we are unlearning and relearning over here. Now, look here. What to do? Sit and cry or do it? Option hit. Yes. Which option? Which option are we going with? We will try with whichever option you want, I will do that. You tell me. Option C. We will check options. First option. 3 divided by minus 1 plus 2 plus 2 divided by minus 1 minus 2. Which is equal to how much? 3 divided by 1 plus 2 divided by minus 3. Which is equal to how much? Which is anyway not equal to what? Minus 1. Option C is wrong. Tell me the next option. Option A, we will try option A. 3 divided by 2 plus 1 is how much? 3. Plus 2 divided by 2 minus 1 is how much? Sorry, 3 by 2 minus 1 is 1. Which is equal to how much? 1 plus 2, which is equal to 3. Next one. Option D. We will check that. Option D means 3 divided by minus 2 plus 1 is how much? Minus 1 plus 2 divided by minus 2 minus 1 is how much? Minus 3, which is equal to minus 3 plus 2 divided minus 2 divided by 3. Is that the answer, people? Okay. Next question. You told me all the answers except the right answer. Will we redo the entire thing again? No, we will just mark it. We will not check for now option B. We know that all the other options are wrong. That means option B should be the answer. Look at the question. Number consists of 2 digits such that digit in ones place. Yeah, go back to first standard. People, we studied 27. Which is ones place, which is tens place. 7 is in ones place. 2 is in tens place. Well and good. Done. Now we can learn. A number consists of 2 digits. Okay. Digit in ones place. So the digit over here is thrice the. So this is 3 times the digit in the tens place. That is the condition. Okay. We will check which all are giving like that. People, is this correct? No. Because 2 is not that much. Okay. This is correct. This is correct. Either it will be option B or it will be option C. 6 is what? 3 times of 2, right? 9 is what? 3 times of 3. That is correct. Now what is happening? 36 be added. We will option hit. 26 plus 36. How much is it done? 62. Which is equal to 62. What are they telling? The digits are reversed. Yeah, 26 became what? 62. So which option is the answer? Option P is the answer. We try to solve all the questions with options from this particular chapter. Next one, people. Linear equation in 3 variables. 3 variables means how many unknowns are there? 3 unknowns are there. X, Y and Z will be there. What is the way of solving this? Option hit. People, X divided by 4 is how much now? First option. 1. 3 divided by 3. 1. 2 divided by 2. 1. That's 7 into 4 plus 8 into 3 plus 5 into 4 is equal to how much? 64, 62 or? Yes, that means which option is the answer? Option A is the answer using memory calculation. Okay, which is equal to our required R. 72 or? Then check the next option. Check the next option. It is not satisfying any of the cases. That means it should be what? 28 plus 24 plus 20. 28 plus 24 is how much now? 52. 52 plus, yeah, actually it should be 72. Okay. Option A is the answer. It should be 72. Next one. Any other option is giving you? Check, check. Check. Any other option is giving you? No other option is giving you the answer, right? Because both equations should be satisfied. Fix it only, yeah? It's not version. 28 plus 24, which is equal to how much star? 52. 52 plus 20 is how much? 72. Yes. Who's that? Option A is the answer. What happened? What is the problem? Oh, 5 to fine. Mistakes, still mistakes. Listen. Come back. Everyone woke up. Good. Good. Now we are going for the next concept, and most of the question from examination point of view will come from this concept. This is called as quadratic equation. Have we studied quadratic equation in the past? Yes, we studied it in 7th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard. 11th if you had studied, there also it was there. 12th also it was there, quadratic equation. Now, people, quadratic equation, how many roots are there for quadratic equation? 2. That means 2x values will be there. Now, what was the formula we studied for finding roots of quadratic equation? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by what? 2a. Good. If you know this, well and good. If you don't know this, study this. Okay. Now, some people will say, sir, I will do only in fractional method. Don't do that. Fractionization will not work over here. Most questions will not be properly given in fractions. You don't know fraction, how to take the factors of root 2 and root 3 and all. Don't do that. Solve using this method itself. At least you will get a correct answer, even though you are spending 20 or 30 seconds extra. Now I will teach you one more method. Before that, I want you to see the sum of the roots. Usually we are calling alpha and beta are the roots of the equation. Then alpha plus beta is called as what? Sum of the roots. Usually we can write it as it is minus b divided by a, or I will say that it is nothing but minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Then product of the root is the second thing. Product of the root is what? Constant term. That is alpha beta is equal to constant term c divided by coefficient of x square a. Now people, I will randomly give you a question. 2x square plus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. What is the product of the root? Alpha beta is equal to constant term. That is how much? 4 divided by 2, which is equal to how much, people? 2. Then alpha plus beta is equal to how much, people? Minus 3 divided by 2. So we have the product of the root. We have the sum of the root. Now, in general, if the sum of the root and product of the roots are given in the question, sometimes they would say sum is equal to 49, product is equal to 14. What are the roots? What is the quadratic equation, they will ask. Then you can say the general form of writing quadratic equation is x square minus of sum into x plus product. Okay, this is the general way of writing a quadratic equation when sum is given and product is given. So x square minus sum is how much, da? 49 into x plus product is how much, da? 14, which is equal to what? 0. That is the way of writing a quadratic equation. Now people, given a quadratic equation x square minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. Can you tell me sum of the root and product of the root? Alpha plus beta is minus of minus 6 divided by 1, which is equal to what? 6. Alpha beta is equal to how much? 9 divided by 1? 9. Now the question is, roots are what and what? Look at the question. People, we have Alpha plus beta is equal to how much? 6. Alpha beta is equal to how much? 9. You tell me which two equation will give you sum is equal to, which two roots will give you sum is equal to 6 and product is equal to 9. Option A, 3 plus 3 is equal to how much? 6. 3 into 3 is equal to how much? 9. Option A is the answer. We will not fractionize. First we will find sum of the root. Then we will find what? Product of the root. Then we will cross check using the option. That is the method we are going to follow. Okay. Because minus b plus or minus and that all will take a lot of time. That is not required for us. Next one. Which of the following equation has sum of the root 3 and product of the root 5? Sum should be 3 and product should be 5. Any of the option is correct or not, you should tell me. So if the sum of the root is x square minus what the... Oh, one second. It is given wrongly. Which of the following has given the roots are 3 and 5? Okay. Roots has the roots 3 and 5 is the question. Roots are 3 and 5 means alpha plus beta will be how much? 3 plus 5 which is equal to 8. Alpha beta is equal to how much? 3 into 5 which is equal to how much? 50. Now how to write? X square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta which is equal to 0. X square minus of 8x plus 15 is equal to 0. Which option? Understood? Got it? Next question. Can you tell me the answer first? Get me the answer. Very easy question. There can be two answers. Check again. Properly check again. Here, sum is how much? Sum is equal to minus 5 divided by 2. Product is equal to how much? Minus 3 divided by 2. Sum is minus 5 by 2. Product is minus 3 by 2. Now, which option will you mark? If you mark any of the option, you will get the marks. So, these types of mistakes were there in the PYQs multiple times. You should understand how to mark the option. If you mark option A, you will get the marks. If you mark option B, you will get the marks. Any of the option if you mark, you will get the marks. A or B will be the answer key for this particular question. Now, people, you think two options are there. The question is wrong. I am going back without marking anything. Will you get any marks? No, 0 marks you will get. Now, nature of the roots of a quadratic equation. People, I told you x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This b square minus 4ac has very high importance. Based on the value of b square minus 4ac, we can say what type of roots are there. Previous year questions were there. If b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, the roots are real and equal. For example, minus b, let it be 5. Minus 5 plus or minus root of 0 divided by 2. Then people, we will get minus 5 by 2. You will say x is equal to minus 5 by 2. But since it is quadratic equation, how many roots should be there? 2 roots. You will write one more minus 5 by 2. That's why we are saying whenever b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, we will say that the roots are real and equal. Then, if it is greater than 0 and a perfect square means, for example, randomly I will put minus 4 plus or minus root of 16 divided by 2. That is nothing but what? Minus 4 plus or minus root 16 is how much? 4 divided by 2. Now we will put minus 4 plus 4 by 2 one root, minus 4 minus 4 by 2 second root. So first root is how much? 0. Second root is how much? Minus 4 minus 8 by 2 is how much? Minus 4. The roots are what? 0 and minus 2. So people, whenever it is greater than 0 and a perfect square, roots are real, distinct and rational. When will they be rational? When there will be a root sign involved. Whenever b square minus 4ac is not a perfect square. For example, minus 4 plus or minus root of 3 divided by 2. Can you write root 3 directly? No. We will just put it as root 3 itself. So it will be what? Irrational but real and distinct. Make a note of it. Questions can come. All of this. This was the Jan or May attempt. May 25 attempt question. If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, the roots are not real, or it is not, it is what? It is imaginary. Remember that. Next. Get me the answer. B square minus 4ac is a perfect square but not equal to 0. The roots are what? B square minus 4ac is a perfect square. That means it is a proper square value. For example, I'll randomly write 4 square. Then the roots are real, rational and unequal. Option C is the answer. Find the positive value of k for which the equation will have real root. When will they have real root? Whenever b square minus 4ac is equal to 0 or greater than 0, they will have real root. Put equal to 0. Now, b square is how much? K square minus 4 into a is how much? 1. 4 into 1. Then into what? 64, which is equal to what? 0. So, k square is equal to 4 into 64 is how much? 200 and k is how much? Root of 256. How much is the answer? 16. Which option is the answer? Option B is the answer. I hope everyone understood this question. Pakka, everyone got this? Next question. The quadratic equation x square minus 2kx plus 16 is equal to 0 will have equal roots. When they have equal root of b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. b square is how much? Minus 2k the whole square minus 4 into 1 into 16 is equal to 0. Minus 2k the whole square will become what? 4k square, which is equal to what? 64. K square is equal to what? 16. K is equal to what? Root of 16. That means plus or minus 4. Which option is the answer? Option D is the answer. Why did I put plus or minus 4? It can be, what is the square of minus 4? 16. What is the square of 4? 16. It can be plus or minus 4. From this one, in this particular chapter, we will take it like plus or minus 4. No other chapter we will take that way. Okay, only in this chapter. Plus or minus 4 is the square root of any value. Now, some of the shortcuts I'm going to teach. People, you think that when I say minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, for example, the value is like this. Minus b, let it be like minus 1 plus or minus root 3. Then divided by 2, let it be like 2 cancelled off. So minus 1 plus or minus root 3 is the root. 2 roots are there. Now I am telling people, one of the root is minus 1 plus root 3. The other root will automatically will be what? Minus 1 minus root 3. Automatically the other should be what? Minus. Because how we are finding x value? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac. Using that logic, if one root is p plus root q, other root will be what? P minus root q. Then look at this. One of the root of the quadratic equation is 2 plus root 5. The quadratic equation is what is the question? People, alpha is equal to 2 plus root 5. Then beta will be equal to what? 2 minus root 5. Can you tell me sum of the root? Alpha plus beta? 2 plus root 5 plus 2 minus root 5, which is equal to what? 4 minus root 5 plus root 5 cancelled off. Then what is the product? Alpha beta. That is what? 2 plus root 5 into 2 minus root 5. This is of what form, people? A square minus b square. A square minus b square is what? A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. That is 2 square minus root 5 the whole square, which is equal to 4 minus 5. Answer is how much? Minus 1. So you have sum of the root, you have product of the root. How will you write a quadratic equation? X square minus sum of the root into x plus product of the root is equal to 0. X square minus sum is how much? 4x plus product is how much? Minus 1 is equal to 0. Which option is the answer, people? Option B is the answer. Understood? Got the point? Pakka, everyone understood this? What if one root is 3 plus root 6? Other root will be what? 3 minus root 6. What if one root is root 2 plus 5? Other root will be 5 minus the root 2. The sign in front of the irrational term only will change. The sign in front of the root sign only will change. The sign in front of our 2 or 3 or 4 will not change. Remember that. Next question, people. If one root is reciprocal of the other, that means I'm telling one root is alpha or one root is 3. The other root is 1 by 3. What will happen to the product of 3 into 1 by 3 will become what? 1. Make a look at this. If one root is reciprocal of the other, then the product of the root will be equal to what? 1. Remember this, people. If one root is reciprocal of the other, product of the root will be equal to what? 1. Check, people. What is the product of the root here? Product is how much now? K by 3. Constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Now, people, since it is reciprocal of the other, alpha beta is equal to how much? 1. So, K by 3 is equal to how much? 1. K is equal to how much? 3. Which option is the answer? Option C is your answer. Look at the next question. One root of the equation of this is reciprocal of the other. Reciprocal means alpha beta is equal to 1. You tell me what is alpha beta over here. Product of the term, that is what? 3 into 7 plus m divided by 1, which is equal to 1. Now open the bracket. 21 plus 3m is equal to 1. That means 3m is equal to minus 20. M is equal to what? Minus 20 divided by 3. Which option is the nearest answer? How much is minus 20 divided by 3? Take your calculator. 20 divided by 3 is equal to minus 0.6666. Minus 6.666. Correct? Now, which is nearby to that? Option A, minus 7 is nearby to that. I hope everyone got it. Pakka, everyone understood this? Yes. Then, people, one root of the quadratic equation of this one is 2. Then find the value of 2. How to find this? One of the root is 2. What is the meaning of a root? Root means if I substitute that value, it will satisfy the equation. Correct? That means LHS will become RHS if I put that root value in the given equation. Now, people, instead of x, you will put what? 2. So, 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus k is equal to 0. 4 minus 6 plus k is equal to 0. Minus 2 plus k is equal to 0. K is equal to what? 2. Which option? Option C is your answer. Understood, people? Got it? Now we are going again back to our third standard. Yes. Area and perimeter. Have a look at this and try to solve it. Yes, sir, I forgot, sir. It was a long time back. Yes. Try to solve this. Try. Automatically will come back. Once start writing. What is the area of rectangle? Length into breadth. Good. Area is equal to L into breadth. Then perimeter ka formula is what? 2 into L plus B. Good. Everyone remember this? Well and good. We can start solving the question. Area is given to be what? 6,000. Length into breadth is equal to 6,000. Perimeter 2 into L plus B is equal to how much? 340. People, can I open the cancel this? It will become L plus B is equal to 170. What we need to find out? We need to find the value of breadth or length of length. So B is equal to how much? 170 minus L. Substitute it over here. That will become L into, instead of B are putting 170 minus L, which is equal to 6,000. Now will you solve the equation? No. Option hit. Option B, try option B. Try option B means 120 into 70. 170 minus 120 is how much? 50. Which is equal to how much? 6,000, which is equal to our RHS. Yeah, I am pretty sure that your third standard teacher didn't teach like that. Yes, there is no options, right? Yes. There we need to solve it. But this type of question you have faced, I think, in 7th standard or 8th standard. It was there. Pakka it was there. Yes. Which one, da? Everywhere it was there. Okay. Next one. Another shortcut, people. Have a look over here. If two roots are in the ratio m is to n, what is the case? They will give the ratios of the root. M is to N. Then we can use a shortcut that is called as Mn B square. What is this B? Coefficient of X is equal to M plus N the whole square. What is this A? Coefficient of X square. What is this C? Constant term. Now look at this question. The positive value for K, for which the roots of the equation 2x 12x square plus kx plus 5 is equal to 0 are in the ratio 3 is to 2. So ratio is what? 3 is to 2. That means M is equal to 3, N is equal to 2. Mn 3 into 2 B square is equal to 3 plus 2 the whole square into what? A into C. That is 6 into B square is how much? B square is how much? K square, which is equal to 25 into, what is the value of A? 12. What is the value of C? 5. Substitute the value, get me the answer. How much is the answer? K. I need the value of K. I need the value of K. Use calculator. Get me the value. How much is it? How much are you getting? Which option is giving you that? Which option is giving you that? Option D up? Yes. So K square, how much you got down? People tell me. I'll also do it. 25 into 12 into 5 divided by what? 6, which is equal to 250. Then root is how much? The root of 250 is 15.81. Now check option D. 5 root 10. Calculate in calculator. Type 10, then click root into 5. You are getting 15.8. Which option is the answer? Option D is the answer. Next question, people. The ratios are given like this. 1 is to 2. Find the value of P is the question. What is the formula? Mn into P square is equal to M plus N into AC. Mn is how much? 1 into 2 into B square is how much? The 6 square. That is 36, which is equal to 1 plus 2 into, what is the value of A? 4 into C is how much? P. So 72 is equal to 3 into 4 is how much now? 12 into P. Get me the value. P is equal to how much? 6. How many of you got 6? A. P is equal to M plus N the whole square. I missed that. Sorry for that. Which is equal to how much now? 1 plus 2 the whole square is equal to 1 plus 2 the whole square is equal to how much? 9. 9 into 4 is equal to how much? 36, which is equal to how much? 2. Okay. Yes. Now, the final type from quadratic equation. Last and final type. Yes. From quadratic equation. Then we have cubic equation. Okay. Look at this. We need to find the value of alpha into beta raised to minus 1. What is that? The alpha by beta plus beta by alpha. This value we should find. In order to find that, I will show you the method. Now, take the LCM over here. You will get alpha square plus beta square divided by alpha beta. Now, alpha beta is nothing but what? Product of the root. How much is product of the root? 7 by 2. Alpha plus beta is equal to how much? Minus of 3 by 2. I can write it as minus 1.5. The other one is minus 3.5. You can write it that way. Now people, can I directly get alpha square plus beta square? No. How will we get? We will go back to the basics. A plus b the whole square is what? A square plus b square plus 2ab. So alpha plus beta the whole square will be what? Alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. So alpha square plus beta square will be what? Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta is equal to alpha square plus beta square. Substitute this over there. It will become what, people? Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta divided by alpha beta. Now substitute the value. Alpha plus beta is how much now? Can I write it as minus 1.5 the whole square? Then minus 2 alpha beta is how much? 2 into 3.5 divided by alpha beta is equal to how much, people? Alpha beta is equal to how much? That is how much? 7.7 by 2, which is equal to 3.5. Get me the answer. Please get me the answer. Looking at the question itself, you already got the answer. There is only one option with minus. Which option is the answer? Minus 19 by 4. So take your calculator, get it in decimal. At the end of the day, is it minus or plus? It is a minus value, right? That's why we went for option D directly without even solving everything. Now, the next one. If alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, 2x square minus 4x minus 1. You should always rewrite it in the general form, which is equal to 0, which is equal to find the value of alpha square by beta plus beta square by alpha. Take the LCM. It will become alpha cube plus beta cube divided by what? Alpha beta. Now people, do you know the value of alpha beta? Alpha beta is equal to how much? Minus 1 divided by 2. Alpha plus beta is equal to how much? Minus of minus 4 divided by 2, which is equal to how much? 2. We have alpha plus beta. But people, do you know how to find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube? Alpha plus beta the whole cube, or a plus b the whole cube. What was the formula for a plus b the whole cube? A cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. Similarly, this will become alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Substitute over here. From that you will get, this is what the alpha cube plus beta cube will become what? Alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Substitute over here, which is equal to alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta. Substitute all the values. Get me the values. Alpha plus beta the whole cube. How much is it? 2 cube. That is 8 minus 3 into alpha beta is nothing but what? Minus 0.5 into 2 divided by what? Minus 0.5. How did I get minus 0.5? Which is equal to minus 1 by 2. Get me the answer. How much is the answer? Minus 22. Everyone got minus 22? Yes. Option C is the answer of Pakka? Yes. So this will become what? Minus 8 plus 3 will become 11. 11 by minus 0.5 will become what? Minus 22. Next one. This you can do it yourself. Okay. Do it by yourself. One root is doubled. That is the condition. So alpha will be equal to what? 2 beta. Or beta will be equal to what? 2 alpha. This you can try it by yourself. Now, another question. Get me the answer. Try pannunga. Try maadi. Answer kodi people. Get me the answer. Try chai. Answer the. Come on. You can do it. Yes. We will learn it in the shortcut way. Okay. People, whenever a number is like the product of two consecutive terms, 3 into 2, correct? Always, remember, always the answer will be the bigger term. Answer is what? 3. Whenever it is like root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 and all, answer will be what? Whenever it is like a product of two consecutive terms. Look at the next question, people. Look at this. 30 is what? 6 into 5. Now answer will be what? 6. Now I will change the question a little bit. Root of 30 minus root of 30 minus root of 30 minus etc. etc. Then the answer will be what? 6 into 5 will be there. Then answer will be the small number. Okay, understood. Got the method. Multiple times this question came for examination. And sometimes you will be like, sir, what if the answer is almost different? It is like root of 28 plus root of 28 plus root of 28. Likewise, can we write it as a product of consecutive term? No. That time will you do what? You will do what? You will take it like root of 28 plus x is equal to x. Square both sides. 28 plus x is equal to x square. Then solve quadratic equation. That is the way in such scenarios. Okay. Do it that way. Or you will do what? You will write it root of 28 plus x, which is equal to x. Then you will do what? You will try to option hit. You will get the answer from there itself. Okay, that is the method. But rarely that can come. But if your logic is like, I can always go for the nearby answer, you can check option and directly go for the answer, even if it is consecutive or not. Okay. Yes. So what if a is given instead of a is given? For example, root of a plus root of a plus root of a plus etc. is given. We will assume it as what? X. So you will write a plus x is equal to what? X. Square both sides and solve the quadratic equation or option hit. That is the way. Okay. Yes. Now people, one of the easiest concept you have ever learned or you will ever learn is cubic equation. I remember in 10th standard, this was a 10 marks question. You will write like an entire page of proof will be there and they will give you 10 marks for this. But here, from our point of view, it is one of the easiest topic. I will tell you why. What is the highest power of x in cubic equation? 3 is the highest power. Now, how many roots are there? 3 roots are there. Now, I want you to know sum of the root is nothing but minus coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. Remember this. Okay, sum of the root is what? Minus coefficient of x square. That is what? Minus b divided by coefficient of x cube. That is how much? A. Then product of the root. Product of the root is nothing but d by a or minus d by a or minus constant term divided by coefficient of x cube. This is the way we are going to solve. Can I show you the method? Pakka, you can expect a question in May 2026 attempt from this topic. You will get a question because they didn't ask in Jan. So one question from this will be there in May. Pakka, it will be there. Look here. People, this is not the question. Okay. So many mistakes were there in the past questions and all from this chapter. That's why that exact mistakes are there in the material also. Because what happened? I'll scratch it and paste it here. That was the thing. Now, x cube minus 6 square plus 11x minus 6 is equal to 0. What is the sum of the roots? Sum is equal to how much? Minus of minus 6 divided by 1, which is equal to how much? 6. Product is how much? Minus of constant term minus 6 divided by 1, which is equal to 6. Now we will option hit. Which all numbers are giving sum is equal to 6 and product is equal to 6. Check first option. 1 plus 2 plus 3. 6. 1 into 2 into 3. 6. So which option is the answer? Option A is the answer. Sure shot. Within 10 seconds, you can get the marks out of this question. Look at this question, people. Roots of the cubic equation is like this. Okay, you tell me sum is how much? Sum is minus 7. Product is how much? Minus of minus 27. It will become plus 27. You should tell me sum is minus 7 and product is plus 27. Which option is the answer? You should tell me. Try this. Option B. 1 minus 3 plus 9 is how much? Minus 7 or plus 7. That means option B is wrong. Try which option? Option C. We will check that. Minus 1 plus 3 minus 9, which is equal to how much now? Minus 7. That means that is correct. We need to take the product. Minus 1 into 3 into minus 9, which is equal to how much? Plus 27. Option C is your right answer. Next question. Okay, that much is only. Okay, fine. Done, people. Everyone can take a break.